It is always a celebration here in the city of New Orleans, and we are just outside of the French Quarter at the Superdome. Today, after a topsy-turvy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here, as it'll be the Seattle Seahawks taking on the New Orleans Saints. Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts, as this one is underway on EA Sports. No run back here on the opening kickoff, as we'll start at the 25. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, that he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
And he powers through the first wave, but he's going to be swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage. The Saints at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1. And they've gotten a pretty good deal from the schedule makers as well. Home dates in Weeks 1 and 2.
And I would believe that they would need to take advantage of that, partner, because as you can imagine, the road dates will pile up later this season. So this is a great opportunity for them to put some early distance on the rest of the division and create a little bit of a cushion for them for later in the year.
Now Carr. And this will be caught. It's Isaiah Hodgins. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. 3rd and 7 now. Well, this defense for the Seahawks, terrific last week in the season opening victory.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Here comes the Saints punter now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. This will be taken at the 10. It'll be a 41-yard punt. Give him 5 on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Ready. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful. Of course, remember last week, week number 1, quite the opener for him. NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he does not want to be a flash in the pan. He wants to have that type of a game each and every week. Let's see if he can get a second award in week 2 of the season.
Meanwhile, Willis' throw into the hands of Fan. Look at the big man rumble. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Noah Fant, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Seahawks are on the board first here this afternoon. They scored the most points of anyone on opening weekend, and now first quarter touchdown here.
And while there's no guarantee that all the points they scored in opening weekend are going to hold up and be the average all year long, they're certainly starting to set that type of a pace. And what you do with that is you put in the heads of all of your opponents, we've got to really be ready on defense, because these guys know how to put the ball in the end zone.
You think they can keep piling on the points like this?
I think they can if they're prepared to adjust and adapt, because they won't see the same defenses week in and week out.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down.
At the 17-yard line.
Carr. He's got his target. It's the tight end, Tyler Higbee. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And now it's 3rd and 3.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive continues.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Carr now on first down. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. On second down, Kamara. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. The defense was ready for the run-pass option, diagnosed it perfectly.
Not only did they stack him up at the point of attack, but he was met by a host of light-colored jerseys.
3rd down and 13. To throw his Carr. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the #1 receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. And now it's 2nd down. You talk about this Seahawk defense. They currently sit at #4 in the NFL in terms of stopping the run.
We know it's only week 1, but the results look pretty good so far. The key is, can they do it week in and week out? Because right now, they're not awarding any championships or trophies after 1 week of performance. Got some nice young faces playing for them. Let's see if they can get this going.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 43. On the counter, here's Kamara. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Now Carr throwing on 2nd down. Throw right side, going to be caught by Higbee. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3. Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-bodied tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. They fake the handoff. Now Carr. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. Picked up by Devin Witherspoon. And the Seahawks are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
Yeah, boy, it is tough to bring him down that time. He surges forward. He's going to get a full 6 out of that. 2nd down. Final 30 seconds of this first quarter, and it's been a quarter dominated by the guys with the football. And going right back to Walker. Shedding through the defense. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. It's a play fake. Here's Willis. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And the Saints are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession as they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense. Gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
Third catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
On first down, Carr. Over the middle and complete to the tight end, Higbee. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 12 more yards for him there. It's a first down. Kamara up the middle. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. It's second down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
On second down, here's Carr. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching the bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
So they'll come up 2nd and 7. Walker with another carry. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And this is picked up by the Saints. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
Do you remember in preseason we were going to the different training camps and visiting teams, and we always would see the running backs working out and going through those gauntlet drills, and, you know, guys either slapping at the ball or the machines. You got to learn to take care of it.
Yeah, they lost it there. Big fumble. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They're looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. He can't get him down. And he'll bring this one inside the 35. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
2nd down and 3. Here's Carr. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as a tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 24-yard line. The Saints passing game in sync and moving the football. It's a first down.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Devin Witherspoon. And the Seahawks are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. Sticking with Walker on second down. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. So from second and long, now we go to third and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
The Seahawks will call on Michael Dixon on 4th down to punt this one away. A 47-yard punt, maybe a couple on the return. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something
Heads up.
to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. From the 24 now, here's a second down and 9.
29.
Throwing now is Carr. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Hey, 7:34.
Throwing his Carr on third down. And this one is incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
They'll look to set up his blockers. That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return. And they will take over first and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get... And that's caught inside the 35. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for first and 10. To throw, here's Willis. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. And the corner blitz gets him that time as he goes down for a short loss. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on first down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close.
And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. Fires kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that, and we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
One down.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Here we go. 93.
Here's Carr to throw. That would complete downfield to Thomas. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas as the first half is winding down. And the Saints are on the board here in the final seconds of the first half. Extra point attempt here still to come. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And leading 10-7, yeah, they may just want to get this to the locker room. Willis's throw caught here by Metcalf. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. Last play of the half, Willis. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. A good, tight football game thus far. 10-7 the score as we resume action on EA Sports. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. Willis throws another interception, his 3rd of the game. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And he will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line. That is a tough way to start the 3rd quarter. You get the football, hoping to drive it down, put it in the end zone, and take the lead. Instead, they give them the football.
And I think the key here is for them to not get discouraged. That is not how they drew it up, not how they saw it in their minds. But there's a long way to go in this game. You know, they've just got to find a way to come back one play at a time. Yes, it's a cliche, but they can get it done.
So 8 yards on the completion there, and it'll be 2nd and a couple. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Derek Hall in there that time to get him to the turf.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
So here's a 3rd and 14. Carr going to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And that will knot us up at 10. Whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin this 2nd half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Now, this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
I'd say it's pretty good strategy. If you throw interceptions on back-to-back drives, let's see if the running backs can handle the ball a little bit, get things going, and also you motivate your offensive line. I think they're in the mood to fire out and hit someone.
I thought the defense, though, might be a little more prepared for that run. Pretty good gain on the ground. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
19 Chargers, 19 Chargers, 18 Cardinals, 18 Cardinals.
Back to throw, Willis. This one into the hands of Metcalf. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it's 2nd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
From the 41, here's 2nd and 3. Straight ahead, Walker, and he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Let's face it, when you have a guy who can pick up those types of runs and keep the chains moving or stay ahead of the chains, you're making everyone else on offense happy because you're opening things up to allow for a whole lot of different play calls.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Offense was moving a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try not to stand before they're backed up even further.
19 tight.
Willis looking to throw it. This is caught at the 20. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Willis. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
That's a big force incompletion there to bring up 3rd and long, and this defense can still salvage a little momentum by forcing them to kick a field goal, because just a few plays ago, they looked like they were headed towards the end zone.
On 3rd down, it's Willis. And he is going to be stopped at the 12, short of the 1st down. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
That was a good effort there, trying to do it on his own, but as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you, and if you take off too quick to try and get him down, he might loft it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to go up and make a... And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Ken Walker with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that makes it a 17-10 score. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Connecting with Burton here over the middle. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. Now Carr. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Here's Kamara out of the pistol. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. 3rd down and 10. Carr. Flush to his right. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
That'll go as a 42-yard punt, but a net of 32. They had a 10-yard return. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Here's Walker to start the drive. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. 72 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
That's some good hard running there as he'll push his way forward for about 5.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
Willis with a quick throw out wide. Down the sideline he goes. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. A great effort there. His first NFL reception goes for 6.
And the Seahawks are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter.
Myers connects on the PAT, and the lead now up to 14. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. A good running there by Kamara on first down as he takes this ahead for a gain of 5.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Carr now to throw.
There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down. To throw is Carr. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Devin Bush charging hard from that linebacker spot, and he drops him for a loss of 11. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Shotgun now for Carr. That is hauled in by Michael Thomas. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Carr now on first down. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Oh, yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. His throw incomplete.
What will look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Now Carr. And that is incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Now Carr, got to have this one. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Devin Witherspoon. Down the right sideline.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Now Myers for the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And not the first time that they're coming back out off of a turnover, but the last one really hurt, Charles, with that pick six.
And it feels like the whole team's infected right now, doesn't it? It's not just been one person. It's kind of been a group effort where the mistakes have happened. Can they put that aside, kind of start over, and put together a nice drive?
Second down, and it's Kamara again. And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
A man who's been busy this afternoon. Now the ball comes loose. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. So good starting field position for them here as they come up first and 10 at their own 42. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage.
And he loses the football a second time. And this is picked up by the Saints. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. And a little careless there, Charles, on that carry.
And it's not just having two hands on the ball. It's tucking it away. It's using your body to keep people shielded off. It's so many different things into taking care of it and having ball security. In that case, though, we didn't see it happen.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Devin Witherspoon. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. Charles, are you kidding me? 4 interceptions? I mean, that's a good season for a lot of defensive backs.
A lot of reason to get voted into the Pro Bowl. When you have 4 in one game, I mean, talk about a campaign slogan, right? I got 4. Send me to the Pro Bowl, guys. What a game we've experienced watching this one.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Walker now on 1st and 10. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and end of the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
Here we go, here we go.
There's Charbonnet once again. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. And they will take a knee here. And they'll indeed take a knee.
Let's go now.
And they take a knee. Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for the